Hello all, I Rahul Jadhav, Assistant Professor, Department of ENTC, AISSMS IOIT, welcome you all in this video lecture on operator overloading in C++. Now this operator overloading is part of polymorphism. So what is polymorphism? It means having many forms. That means in simple word we can define polymorphism as ability of a message to be displayed in more than one form. In C++, polymorphism is mainly divided into two types. First is compile time polymorphism, second is runtime polymorphism. So you can see from this chart, polymorphism is basically having two types, compile time and runtime. And in compile time, we have two methods to implement compile time polymorphism. First is function overloading and second one is operator overloading. In this video, we will discuss about operator overloading, which is a compile time polymorphism. So in operator overloading, C++ provides option to overload the operators. For example, we can make the operator plus for string class to concatenate two strings. We know that this is an addition operator whose task is to add two operands. So here you can see the plus operator can be used to add two operands. Maybe the operands can be integer, float, or this plus is also used to concatenate two strings. That means a same operator is performing two different tasks. So single operator plus, when placed between two integer operands, it will add them, but when it is placed between two strings, it will concatenate them. That means same operator is used in different forms. So this is nothing but polymorphism, and this is done during compilation. So this is called as compile time polymorphism, and the concept is operator overloading. So how to define operator overloading? So general form or the syntax you can say is return type, class name, then scope resolution operator. Then this operator is a keyword which we have to use. Here OP is the operator which we want to overload, and list of the arguments if we have any to this function, and opening and closing bracket with the function body. So when return type is the type of value returned by the specified operation, and OP is the operator which we want to overload. The OP is preceded by keyword operator. So operator is a keyword, OP is the actual operator which we want to overload, and return type is the value which that operator is going to return. So just take one example. Suppose consider this function. Here we have created three objects, C1, C2 and C3. Now here we want this C1 and C2 to be added. Okay, now this C1 and C2 are not built-in data types. They are not integers, they are not floats, but they are the objects. That means they are the, you can say, user defined variables. So how we have used that objects? For that we should require a class complex. So this is my class complex. So in class complex I have two variables, real and imaginary. So basically what I intend to do in this operation C3 equal to C1 plus C2, I want to add two complex numbers. Now these complex numbers are not user defined, are user defined and not built in. So compiler may not know how to add this two complex number. So that we need to overload. That means this plus operator we need to give some additional meaning. So how to give that additional meaning? By using the syntax which we have discussed. So using same syntax we have written this complex is my return type, because addition is going to return one complex number. So complex is the return type. Operator is the keyword, then plus is the operator which we want to overload, and in bracket we are passing the argument, that is the object C2. So this is how I can provide additional meaning to this operator plus. and now I can add real and imaginary parts of C1 and C2, and I can store it in the new object, which is the temporary object we have created, that is complex res, that is result, and this object is returned back. That's why we have a return type as complex. So what are different rules for operator overloading? Only existing operators can be overloaded. You cannot create new operator and you cannot give new meaning to the newly created operator. So only existing operators can be overloaded. The overloaded operator must have at least one operand that is user defined. We cannot change the basic meaning of operator. That is to say, we cannot redefine plus operator and subtract one value from another. So basic meaning we need to keep intact while overloading the operators. So overloaded operators follow the syntax rule from the original operators. They cannot be overridden. There are some operators that cannot be overloaded. So we have list of some operators which cannot be overloaded in C++. That means you cannot change meaning of that operators. You cannot give alternate meaning to that operators by overloading. So what is the list of that operators? That we'll see in the next slide. The binary arithmetic operators such as plus, minus, multiply, divide, ampersand must explicitly return a value. That means you should return some value when such operators are overloaded. They must not attempt to change their own argument, and they should not try to change values of the own arguments. So the list of operators which cannot be overloaded. So these are 5 operators. First operator is size of, which you can use to calculate the size of a variable. Then dot operator, that is the membership operator. Then pointer to member operator, that is dot star, that also we cannot overload. Again, scope resolution operator. So this is very important operator in C++ which we cannot overload. And the last one is conditional operator. It is also called as ternary operator. So this also we cannot overload. So these are list of some operators which cannot be overloaded. Other operators we can overload by using the syntax which is discussed in the example. Thank you.